Good morning, pals. Welcome back to 100 Miles, 100 Days on a $100 Treadmill. I'm Tanya. That's my fat cat, Jim. And today we're going to walk for a mile. I'll edit that down to about 20 minutes. We'll talk about Disneyland. I think finally I'll probably talk a little bit about Disney World. And we'll look at that Donald patch that I'm making. So let's take a walk. All right, pals, you ready to get this going? Here's the countdown. Come on, everybody, here we go. And let's ramp it up. Welcome back to day 78. Pretty crazy. God, I say that every stinking time, don't I? Yeah, but it is. It's crazy. Look, there's Jim. Crookshanks is over here, but you can't quite see him, I don't think. I love how they just hang out in the background with me. Today, I am trying to get this, it might be a little bit disjointed. It might be a little bit all over the place. I'm just trying to get, this done because Chris and I are going to be heading down to Southern Oregon. I wanted to be able to get this out for you and not miss day 78 because I haven't missed any of the days so far, and I'm not gonna start now when I've only got 22 days left to go. So yeah, we'll give you a little bit of travel blog and stuff like that while we're driving down to Southern Oregon, and I'm excited about it. We're gonna get to see my bestie and get some of our Walt Disney World plans solidified. Well, I mean, we've got most of them solidified, but we're going to get to talk in person about it. And what I'd like to do is open up the Disney World app today. So I'm going to need to start getting familiar with that. So I've downloaded it. You can see I have that right below my Disneyland app. So I'm going to tap the Disney World app. And what I wanted to show you guys about this is how, when it opens up, how familiar does that look? So it looks to me like the Disney World app and the Disneyland app are set up very similarly. I'm going to actually download the apps from around the world as well, just to see how consistent they are across the board. Like, is it the same for the Paris one? Is it the same? Do they even have apps? I don't know. For Tokyo? For Shanghai? I should get familiar with all of them. I may end up at all of them at some point. So anyway, we can see that when we open up the Walt Disney World app, that the first things we see there are the about the lightning lanes and the premier passes and the genie service. We also see right below that where it shows the 4 different parks that are in Disney World. So we can switch, to be able to see how late everything is open. So Magic Kingdom is open from 8 to 11. We can click over to Epcot, which is open from 9 to 9. We can click over to Disney's Hollywood Studios, open from 8:30 to 9. And Animal Kingdom is open from 8 to 8. Animal Kingdom always has a shorter day than just about everywhere else, than everywhere else, because of the animals. So the other thing we can do is, if we just like with our Disneyland app, if we tap where it says Magic Kingdom Park, it'll take us to the park hours and info, and it gives us the park hours for all the parks right there in a row. Also tells you about Typhoon Lagoon, Blizzard Beach, the Boardwalk, the ESPN Wide World of Sports Complex, and Disney Springs. Gives you a list of what is closed for refurbishment. One thing to note here that's interesting is how Disneyland's calendar only goes out about 43 days. And if we look at how far out Disney World's goes, it already goes all the way out to May 1st. So they've just got a lot longer lead time on what's going on in their park. So we can click all the way out to May 1st. And see what is still going to be closed in April. So hopefully everything will be opened again by September and be ready for us. But if we click back, gives us all those extras that you can find on the Disneyland app as well. So it's very familiar. There's those Disney Visa card member perks that we looked at for Disneyland yesterday. I'll just take a quick look here at like what experiences. So there's a Disney's Keys to the Kingdom tour. Doesn't look like they have any special meet and greets. Let's just see if there's, looks like there's a meet and greet at Epcot. From the photo, it would appear that you get to meet Mickey and Pluto. So yeah, that's, so they've got some of those character experiences there as well. You can meet Olaf specifically in Hollywood Studios. And looks like you can do some special tours in Animal Kingdom. So for $49, you can get up close with the rhinos. Seems reasonable. So we'll have to be taking a look at that because I know there are a lot more card member experiences available, or card member rewards available at Walt Disney World. There's just a lot more available at Walt Disney World because it's gigantic. And of course, I'm going to be doing everything I can to be as prepared as I can be for the Disney World trip once that happens. But I won't be showing you that every single day how I'm getting ready for it. We're gonna have to figure out what the time frame between now and then is going to look like as far as what I'm doing with getting prepared and if I'm doing anything as far as a challenge goes, because it's gonna be an interesting letdown at the end of this when I'm not having to do it every single day. I might sleep for a week, who knows? I've heard from other creators who have done these kind of things that how it's like you get on this roll, and after you've done it for 100 days and you really want to take a break, and then after about 4 days you're like, I should be doing something. I could just make a video. I could do this for another 100 days. It'd be fine. I'm not sure I'm going to be that person, but I'm not sure I'm not either. So we'll just bear with me, and we'll see what this turns into. So, you want to see what Disneyland's doing without us? Let's see what Disneyland's doing without us. So here we go. And again, see, that opening page looks exactly like the Disney World one. There's just less parks at Disneyland. So let's click on Disneyland and go ahead and look at, see, so our calendar only goes out to April 3rd at the moment. If we click on April 3rd, we'll see that the monorail is going to be going down. Jungle Cruise is still going to be down. Roger Rabbit's is going to be going down. Grizzly River Run is still on the refurbishment calendar. I'm assuming with Grizzly River Run, they tend to have it down during the wintertime to do major refurbishments. They did a full-on major refurbishment last year. So it looks like what they're doing now is another, probably adding to what they created last year. They may not have finished everything visually that they wanted to finish. It looks like they're adding in a lot more like visuals of making the ride look more like there's logs along the side of the riverway. And my assumption with Grizzly River Run is that they're keeping it on the refurbishment calendar just like they kept Rise of the Resistance on the refurbishment calendar. It's just going to continue to be an inevitable or a seemingly no end to the refurbishment. Or what's the word I'm looking for? An indefinite. They're going to keep it on an indefinite refurbishment schedule, because it'll probably be the same thing. It'll just be like, well, today it's finished, and 2 days later it'll be open. So with something like that, I wouldn't necessarily be too concerned, like, oh God, when I get there in June, is it still going to be down? Am I going to be able to go on it? I haven't heard that there's anything going on there that is so that's so major that that they're not going to be coming back online at a regular time. It's not like the ride is so broken that they need to shut it down for a year. Just taking a look again at the days that I'm going to be there. Looks like it's going to be extended hours in March, extended out to 11 p.m. at Disney on both days. So they usually don't start extending out until midnight, until it starts getting warmer. and the days start extending. So they probably will extend, let's see what Friday the 20th looks like is 11 o'clock. Saturday is 11 o'clock. With spring break starting to happen during March and April, sometimes they will just randomly announce that the park hours are extended for an extra hour. So they won't necessarily tell you weeks in advance, but it'll be like all of a sudden it'll just show up like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, open till midnight. So that's something to keep an eye on. Let's just take a quick look at what is going on. Switch over to the tip board. So at 11:45 on Friday the 20th, we have some hefty standby queues. They're probably not totally right for Astro Orbiter with the way things look around it. If there's a 30-minute line at Buzz Lightyear, I'm going to guess that Astro Orbiter isn't really a 30-minute queue, but Astro Orbiter is one that can look like a really short queue, but it takes forever to get through. Yeah, everything looks pretty standard so far. Haunted Mansion is up to 50 minutes, so that's a little hefty, especially when that's got a longer wait than Indiana Jones at the moment. Matterhorn is 30. Runaway Railway is 55. And the Smuggler's Run is at 35. Peter Pan's is down at 35, so looking all right there. Looks like Roger Rabbit has a standby line available now, so we know what that means. It's either getting ready to shut down or just coming off of a closure. Space Mountain at 55, Star Tours at 40, and there we go. That's why Rise of the Resistance is down at the moment. So that's why Millennium Falcon had a higher wait time than normal. Okay, let's just go back up and click on Roger Rabbit. And yes, it is temporarily closed. So that's what that means. There you go. Now it has clicked over to standby line currently not offered. It is temporarily closed. And that's what Disneyland's doing without us today. All right, so I need to get up and get this edited so that I can get out the door on time and get down to Southern Oregon. So let's take a look at where I'm at with that Donald patch. Okay, we have Donald all cut out, so let's start getting him stitched. You guys know the drill now. All right, now we're going to start the embroidery. And there it is, 1 mile. Congratulations, pals. All right, good job today, pals. I just got buzzed by a hummingbird. Thanks for joining me again for another 100 miles, 100 days on a $100 treadmill. I'm Tanya. This is my backyard. Those are my ears. There's my moai. And I'll see you back here again tomorrow. Bye, pals. Over a little bit so that when I do my thing, I have the room over here. Ay, ay, ay. Oops, I didn't mean to stop that recording.